The process for updating projects that were previously created with previous updates of the AEC work structure is essentially the same either inside or outside of ProjectWise. So I'm going to kind of show how it works with ProjectWise. The first thing you need to do is make sure that your version that you're copying from is current. So I've already gone through and updated the work structure here in this area on my network, and if I look at it I can see what version I'm sitting on because I got version 5 here in this WS version text file. The other thing that I want to look at is what has changed. So the project template changes since 4B. These are the files that I'll need to make sure that I update inside of or outside of ProjectWise if I want to use the newest stuff. So I'm going to slide that up here so I can keep in mind what I'm doing, and I'm going to start finding those files. So if I go in here and I say the project template PCF file, that's not a big deal. I'm not going to worry about it right now. It depends on if you're working in DWG work mode. There are some changes to it though, because if your previous ones had a DWG work mode setting, you may want to update it to the current stuff. So that PCF file has had some slight changes to it. Basically to remove the stuff loading from at the project level and loading it earlier. We found a few issues with it loading too late if it was loaded at the project level. Some of the settings weren't getting set quite right. The other thing that you might want to look at is this AEC sheetset DST. This is the sheetset manager file for AutoCAD. If you're using AutoCAD, you'll need to copy that file in if you want the newest version. If you've already edited the project and you don't want to make changes, don't copy that file. The next thing is the master project DGN lib. So I'm going to find my project and I'm going to find my CAD support Bentley DGN lib, and I just want to make a new version of the Project Master DGN lib. So I'll go into the same location where my network standards are and grab that one. There isn't a lot of stuff that is user editable in this, but you may have to rerun your link sets and that type of stuff if you update this file. So I'm going to go into DGN lib, master projects, and I'm going to bring that one forward. And what I'm going to do is just create a new version of that existing document, and ProjectWise will keep track of which is the latest. The next thing that I'm going to need to update, if I'm using Ecws Building Designer Select Series 6, these old rules were really designed and mostly straight copies of the Select Series 5 and 4 rule sets. What has happened since then is the rules for Select Series 6 have been gone through. I mean, they've meticulously gone through every setting in the rules file. So what you'll want to do if you're using Select Series 6 of Ecws Building Designer, you'll want to copy in those Select Series 6 files. So they essentially have the same name but an underscore SS6 on them. And by using the new rules with Select Series 6 of Ecws Building Designer, you'll get closer settings to what's in the AEC CAD standards and graphics standards. But it was really a lot of work was gone into updating those files. So if you're using Select Series 6, you will want to copy those in. If you have an old project and you've already updated your rules, you may not care to upgrade those, or if you're still using Select Series 5 or 4, you're not going to need those. But if you are using Select Series 6 and you want to use the new rules with the new settings and standards, you'll want to copy those files. The AEC sheet seed, if you've already set one up in your project, you probably will not want to update that one because it's just changed a couple things and corrected a couple errors with the um, with the cells that were in for title block integration. If you fixed them already, what you've had to have done was delete the old cells and replace them with the new cells. And this sheet seed file actually has the newest ones in there. And there was a one or two title block integration that wouldn't happen correctly because the cells had to be corrected, and that was the cells were corrected in update 4, but the sheet seed didn't get corrected until update 5. AEC horizontal XIN files. So now we're getting into the inroads stuff. And the inroads files that are updated are found in design process inroads. And there was a lot of updates created to work with inroads survey, and the templates were updated. So if you want to get copies of the newest stuff, go into your design process inroads folder, copy the horizontal XIN, the alpha attributes, FXL, copy those in, and just create new versions of them. If you want to go back to the old version, you'll be able to, because a lot of people will have maybe edited those files, but to get the latest stuff into your project, copy in those two files. And then the other item that was updated was the inroads template library. So go to the template library ITL folder, find the template library, copy that in, and that will allow you to use the latest and greatest stuff. So that is all of the items that would have to be updated on a project or a previously created project.